I was on the treadmill this morning, doing some fasted cardio. It kind of sucked. I had no idea what I was going to do my YouTube video on today until it dawned on me. People have no confidence in themselves because they can't do things that suck. So that's what we're going to talk about today, why you are not confident. And I'm just going to jump right in. There's really four main pillars in my mind on why people are not confident. You don't trust yourself, you break your promises, you've never done hard shit, and you let your emotions dictate your actions and ultimately your life. So we're going to dive real deep in today. Okay, so trust, let's start here. Trust is built by keeping promises. So in my mind, how I've built up so much confidence in my life is because I have so much self-trust. And you can only build up self-trust by doing what you said you were going to do. So for example, every time that you watch those 2 a.m. David Goggins edits and you're all fired up and you decide, yep, from now on I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and I'm going to go work out. And then 5 a.m. rolls around and you do it, let's say for 3 days. Your self-trust is going to be building during those 3 days, as well as your confidence. It's slow, but it will be building. Then on that fourth day, when you decide, oh, screw this, I'm going to sleep in, you ruin it all. You completely ruin your self-trust because you didn't do what you said you were going to do. So like I just said, when you break these promises to yourself, you damage trust. Every time you quit, every time you skip, you prove to your brain that you are unreliable. Think if you had a friend that treated you the way you treat yourself. Would you ever be friends with that person? No. Because you ask them to do something, they say they'll do it, they never do, they always fail you. Eventually, you would get to the point where you're like, I don't even want to be friends with you anymore. I can't rely on you at all. You never do what you say you're going to do for me. You would hate that person. So why would you do that to yourself? When you can get to the point where you can embrace pain and endure pain to get what you want, you're going to build so much self-trust and you're going to build so much confidence. But if every time you're sad, every time you're tired, you quit or you give up, your brain now knows that you're never going to be able to achieve shit and you will always be uncertain in yourself. And as we all know, uncertainty means lack of confidence. I put here think of the greats because a lot of people are going to hear, oh, embrace the pain and think that I'm just like fucked up mentally and I'm weird. But it's true. Think of the greats. Michael Jordan. Never met him, but he's probably a really confident person. Why? Because he achieved so much. Well, how did he achieve so much? Because he endured so much pain and he chose to endure so much pain to be the greatest. Think of rich people. Bill Gates. He endured so much pain. He chose to do that because he had goals of becoming a great, of becoming rich, of becoming one of the most well-known CEOs to ever live and founders. This applies to literally any great in any field. Even a doctor chose to go through schooling that was extremely hard, chose to take on student debt, chose the pain and endured it for years upon years upon years until now he's to the point where he's making millions a year and he is a great in his field and he's probably pretty confident because he chose pain to get where he wants to go. He didn't let emotions determine if he gets there or not, and we're going to get into that. This ties into the last slide, but your brain remembers, right? When you give up because you're tired or sad, it sticks. You don't realize it, but subconsciously it sticks. I forgot who said it, but some famous podcaster out there said that every time you say you're going to do something, imagine it's like a little tick mark in the self-confidence box. But every time that you skip something, every time that you quit with something that you said you were going to do, imagine it's like a little tick mark in the non-self-confidence box or the self-hatred box. Because that is really how it works. Subconsciously, over time, you create this self-image of someone who never finishes. So like I said earlier, you're always going to feel uncertain in yourself, and you're always going to feel unconfident. Like I was saying, you can't let emotions determine if you reach your goals or not. If you want to be confident, truly confident in yourself and who you are, and be able to walk into a room and just be yourself, you have to every single day ignore your emotions and do what you said you were going to do. You have to have discipline and willpower to do what you said you were going to do. For example, do you think I wanted to make this YouTube video on a nice Sunday? Hell no. I would rather be going to get some pancakes or really doing anything but this. Do you think I wanted to do fasted cardio this morning for 35 minutes? Fuck no. Do you think I want to weight train later? Because I'm going to. Hell no. Do you think I want to go to the grocery store and meal prep today? No, I don't. Do you think I want to edit a bunch of more videos for Instagram and TikTok? No, I don't. Do you think I want to go study charts for trading? No, that's boring as shit. But guess what? I'm going to do it anyways because I don't let my emotions determine if I'm going to reach my goals or not. Because the pain of not reaching your goals is far worse than the pain of just pushing through your emotions. Whenever you fight through this pain, it's like you're doing a trade-off of paying for your future life, right? So you're going through this short-term pain of discipline and ignoring your emotions, ignoring the feelings of tiredness or sadness or whatever, to be able to have a good day tomorrow, to be able to have a good life in a year, to be able to have a really good life in 10 years. Or you could just listen to your emotions, quit doing what you're doing because you don't feel like it or you're tired, and live in this lifelong pain of regret. The next reason why you're not confident is because you've never done hard shit. So I gave you this analogy of wearing your friend's Rolex, right? Let's say you have this loaded friend. You're about to go to a party or a nice dinner or whatnot with some very high value people that are very rich. Maybe they're in your field. They're doing exactly what you want to do. So you know you need to go make these connections. And he's like, hey, throw on this Rolex. It'll help you out. So you throw on the Rolex. You feel good. You feel like a baller. You got this sick Rolex on. Well, I promise you, when you go to that dinner, when you go to that party and you are trying to work the room, you're trying to meet these people, you're going to forget you even have that Rolex on. You're not going to feel any more confident because it's fake. You didn't have to go earn that Rolex. You didn't have to go make the money and grind in order to get that Rolex. So you're going to have all this fake confidence. It's not even confidence at all. Now you just got this fancy watch on you, but it doesn't help you at all. To be able to work a room like that, to be able to just go and be yourself and just this ultra confident person, you have to earn that by struggling. And you have to earn that through hard-earned victories. Because when you overcome hard shit, you know subconsciously, you know mentally that you're that dude. It ties back into keeping promises to yourself. You just know you're going to get shit done. You are certain in yourself. You are confident in yourself. You trust yourself. So people often think that, oh, if I just become jacked, I'm going to become confident, which is for the most part true. A lot of people who are jacked, who are very, very fit, are pretty confident people. But that's not because so much of, oh, I have a nice body, I have this six-pack, look at that. It's more so because they put in years of work. They put in years of meal prepping and eating the right things and being disciplined and doing their cardio and doing their workouts. And so now their brain knows, damn, I actually achieved this through all this effort, through doing it when I didn't want to. And so now your brain is certain that, oh, well, if I became jacked through years and years of work, well, now I can go do this next thing I want to do. I can go start this business and I will achieve it because I've done this before. Now I have this confidence. Or, oh, I want to get to this position in my company. Well, I know I'm going to do it because I have this confidence because I did this other hard thing. So I know I can do this hard thing. It just gives you this power over yourself and this sense of I can do anything that I want. And when you have that sense of I can do anything that I put my mind to, it is the ultimate confidence booster. Next is self-respect creates respect. When you're on the grind, when you're on your shit, when you're getting fit, when you're making money, you're just doing the best, people see it. People notice it and they feel it. So as soon as you walk into the room, when you have your money right, when you have your body right, when you have your mind right, you control your emotions, you don't even have to say anything. You automatically set the tone for how people are going to treat you. And it goes vice versa. When you're fat, when you're poor, when you get angry easily or you cry easily, you set the tone for how you're going to be treated. This is why often fat guys are the clown of the group, or people make fun of them the most, because people subconsciously don't have respect for them because they have no self-respect. And I know people are going to come at me like, oh, you're so messed up, you view people on how they look. Yes, we all do. It's biology, it's psychology, it's how we were made from human evolution. You may not realize it, but subconsciously you view fat people differently from people who are fit, from people who are financially wealthy, from people who just have their shit together. You view them differently. So if you can just stay on your shit and you have that self-respect, you're going to earn respect automatically. The last one, and maybe one of the biggest ones that I see today, is stop letting emotions control you. If you put comfort over your goals, you decide that you're going to go scroll TikTok instead of working on that business, or you decide that I'm going to go eat pizza because, oh, I've earned it this week. I've had a hard week. I was tired all week. How do you expect to get anywhere in your life? Or if you get angry very easily, or if you get sad very easily, and people can just rile you up with no effort, how do you expect to get anywhere? You can't let your emotions dictate what you do or how you act. And I'm going to say something very controversial here. If you show your emotions very easily, you get angry easily, you cry easily, etc., people are subconsciously going to view you as weak. I don't care how the world is now with, oh, it's okay to let it out, or speak about all your emotions, blah, blah, all that bullshit. If you are a man and I can make you cry with no effort, you are going to be viewed as weak subconsciously. You're going to give off a weak persona. And that ties into the setting the tone. If I can make you cry easily, well, now the tone is for the rest of the group that you're mentally weak. And you're going to view yourself as weak. I'm not saying you can never let your emotions out, but you need to learn to control your emotions and have a sense of stoicism in your life. Especially when it comes to when you're by yourself. You need to learn to be stoic when you are by yourself, when you're in your own thoughts. Because if you can't learn to control them, if you can't learn to be stoic in your own mind, you're never going to have the willpower or discipline it takes to be a great in the field that you want to be a great in. So that was quite the rant, but I'll leave you with this. Keep promises to yourself. Every single time that you break a promise to yourself, that's a tick mark. Just remember that. But it goes vice versa as well. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you did what you said you were going to do, that's a tick mark in the confidence box as well, and it just takes time to build up. You need to build self-trust brick by brick, and you have to earn your confidence through discipline, controlling your emotions, and going through hardship, choosing to endure pain for the life that you want tomorrow. There's a quote out there that I love, and it says, "Do what others want today so you can be what others want to be tomorrow." And it's just the truth. Building confidence is always a trade-off, and you're sacrificing your comfort now for the life that you want tomorrow, for the life that you want a year, for the life that you want in 10 years, for the rest of your life. There is no shortcuts. You can't yell affirmations in the mirror and telling yourself that you're great. That doesn't do shit. You have to build it brick by brick through hardship. Hope this helps. See you on the next one.